You won't believe it, this bus number 43 just zoomed by, and she sat down on the 10th floor like it was totally normal. She bolted out like a superhero, but just as they made their escape, that jumping woman mysteriously followed them. At that miraculous moment, Aim hopped on the bus, and the Aim in front was completely oblivious. Suddenly, the woman started to speak, which startled Aim so much that she hurriedly closed her eyes, as if doing so could make her unseen by the woman. As the bus reached Listening 9 Village, the guy in the back finally got off, and Aim sighed in relief, but little did she know the bus was about to start again. Subtitles. Aim suddenly got excited upon discovering something and hurriedly got off the car to check it out. To her surprise, there was no driver on the bus. Was this a ghost-driven vehicle? Recently, I sold my 2-year-old BMW 3 Series on Gauzy used car market for $232,000. Who knew selling cars could be this lucrative? If you want to sell your car, go to Gauzy for a quick price estimate. Of course, with no driver, it was time to call the cops. Aim's hand suddenly floated in midair. Ghost hand reached from behind, strangling Aim's neck. She was joking. Scarier than Listening 9 Village's ghost tales. In the next second, she suddenly woke up, morning light chasing away the ghost. But clear finger marks appeared on Aim's neck. Afterwards, a strange feeling arose whenever she passed Listening 9 Village. The plot gets more thrilling, so subscribe. Everyone felt like someone was lurking behind them, and she often dreamed of a ghostly hand grabbing her arm, more frequent than her worst night. Aim's eyes were all shadows. It was clear she had been haunted. She was terrified and rushed to tell her classmates about it. But then her classmates told her that on July 10, 2003, a bus lost control and plummeted off the cliff while passing through Listening 9 Village. All 20 people on board died, and from then on, this place became haunted, with all sorts of ghostly figures showing up. Nearby surveillance caught a woman in red who, at midnight, would consistently ride bus 43 to Friendly Village. About 20 years later, no one could catch her, and she kept showing up at Ahu Tower in Friendly Village. One day, another woman in red jumped down. Her name was Nayuo, and her tragic spirit was now haunting the place. She climbed up late at night and jumped from the stone tower. She died on the spot, truly jumping to fame. Then I learned she lived in Deepwater Society, crossing blocks to Friendly Village. What a convoluted jump. I had to go check out Nayuo's home. But her house was in shambles. Clearly no one had lived there for years. It was just too strange. Just as I was about to leave, a door suddenly creaked open. It reminded me of a horror movie. My assistant rushed in and found the room filled with newspapers, all reporting the bus plunge of 2003. Suddenly, a shadow flitted by, and my assistant rushed to open the door, but it wouldn't budge. We had already searched around. No one lived here. Who would lock a door suddenly? A woman appeared outside, and she just glanced at the doorknob, which started turning. I hurriedly wanted to go outside to check, but there was no one there at all. My assistant was terrified and in a panic. No one noticed the talisman stuck at the door of the room. This house was definitely not clean. Back at the precinct, I instantly began to investigate Nayuo's social ties. I found out she was married and tracked down her husband Shen Dian's address. As soon as I pushed open the door, the walls were completely festooned with obituaries. It looked exactly like a shrine. I was baffled. What on earth were these two up to? At that moment, he was probably paying respects to his deceased wife. What a twist. Grandma, it's true that people can scare each other to death. Today is his wife's 7th day. Could she really be that girl? The landlord told me that shortly after Nayuo died, Shen Jiang was so scared he couldn't go home. But today is the 7th day. She would definitely head to the crossroads to burn paper money. Perfect timing. I sat nearby with my assistant, and sure enough, Shen Jiang showed up. Mr. Shen, police. Are you burning paper money for your wife? Shen Jiang let out the terrified scream. After a series of questions, I found out Nayuo was a witness to the bus crash, and from that moment, she turned paranoid. She even hung up all the obituaries of the bus victims in her house, creating an eerie atmosphere. Shen Jiang was so spooked he wouldn't go home, and then a few days later, Nayuo jumped. He speculated that Nayuo might have been pushed by a ghost. What a revelation! They say that when the bus fell, a female teacher smashed on a rock, instantly staining her skirt red, the red dress indeed. Rumor has it that souls in red dresses turn into vengeful spirits. That explains the frequent hauntings. Sister Sen happened to see ghost flames and instantly screamed, causing chaos. She immediately shouted for the spirits to calm down, but the ghost flames ensnared a girl, pulling her to the edge of the cliff. Shortly after, she slipped and fell off the cliff, cracking her head, but her cries for help seemed trapped.